Today we start with talking to Grimmcore about the possibility of future armor special skills.
Maybe even put in some cool skills later down the line when we have more armors to choose from. Maybe even have the main progression armors have certain skills that you can get
Interesting.
bonus skills from.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, so is it gonna be like different suits of armor that do skills specialization for things already in the game, or are you looking at other things too? That, like, the troll armor gives you a sneak bonus, which is nowhere else in the game, right? So, are there any other things like that that's like a special kind of skill that might go with a certain set of armor?
I don't know. In the beginning, we wanted to give the root armor. Or Eric was talking about that he thought it would be fun if you have the root armor on you, you float really well, so you shouldn't be able to drown in it.
Ooh, a good
Which was a
swimmer.
very interesting idea, but that would mean that a lot of people would be writing, "Okay, we're on a boat trip now. Get your floating suit on."
Only
But
one
that's an
person
interesting
has it.
idea.
Everybody jump on my back. I'll take you.
Yeah. No, but I mean, there's a lot of things that we could do, but I think we have to start here and see where it takes us.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to have in an armor, for example?
Well, I think that I was gonna say like the poison resistant stuff, but you already kind of have included that in the armor. But I would think more specialized skills that maybe aren't in the game right now. Maybe I'm trying to
All
think.
right, like
I know that some people said some stuff in my comments about that, and I was trying to remember what it is. But like Little Man asked before about, having something that gives you something where, like, you can shoot fire back at somebody, or, like something that gives you the power to whatever, like, somebody throws at you, like, you can throw it back to them. Or like some kind of magical skills, which
that sounds more like trinkets, though, or something that you would get from a trader.
yeah, maybe so.
It sounds like very specific and very. I like the idea, and I think that's what we were going for anyway. With the trader, with his stuff that we get from him, but I think that sounds more like trader stuff, like the fireball or fire breath thing you were talking about one time, stuff, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I just realized one thing: wouldn't it be cool if shields, depending on the style, would give you bonuses to specific weapons?
So then you could get
Say,
a match set not just in your armor but in your weapons as well.
I was thinking, like, for example, if you have like a blue and yellow shield, those are good for swords, so you get better sword skills. I don't know, maybe it sounds stupid. It's just something that hit me that would be cool if we could attach that to something with the styles, but that means also that you wouldn't play with certain styles of shields just because it wouldn't benefit your playstyle. And maybe that's not good. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's interesting.
I like that idea, though.
But I think that could potentially give more diversity too. Like you said, that it would fit different people's particular play style. But
Yeah,
I wonder then, like, if you had certain aspects of a certain style, then would that style be available across all the different types of shields? So that you can choose whatever level you're at?
Yes, so I made it so that all shields have except for the first two shields. No, it's just the first wooden round shield and the iron. No, is it? Oh, the iron round shield. Those are old styles. Or are they? I don't remember now. I redid all the styles for all the shields except for the round shield. that I do know.
What do you mean you redid them?
Okay, so in the beginning, you see the black metal shield I've got now. I think it has a blue and white style to it.
Right.
In the beginning, they didn't have styles. All the shields.
Right.
This is before early access.
Uh-huh.
So the wood shield had 3 styles, I think. It's a red-white, a black-red, and a white-blue. Those are the old styles that were there before I started at Iron Gate. But then we decided to add more styles for all the shields that we had in the game. And so basically this blue and white shield, you can have that on the iron shields and on the silver shields and on the wooden tower shield.
I mean, do you want to go look at a forge, or?
I don't know. Where was I going with this?
I don't know. Special powers.
Special powers.
We got lost in talking about colors of shields. Yeah, special powers for different styles.
But I do know that we have at least, is it 4 shield styles per row? No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh, to the forge.
To the forge.
Show me the forge. To the forge.
This way.
All right, it was down here. Yeah, now I remember. Let's see. So go down here. There we have a bandit shield. Yeah. Okay. So these, if you look at the bandit shield, they only have 3 extra styles. If you look at a silver shield, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 styles. I know for a fact that we have the potential to have 6 times 6. No, 6 times 7, 8. 8, 8, 4, 8. What's 8 times 8? Is that 30?
64.
30?
8
64?
times 8 fell on the floor, picked it up. It was 64. That's how I remember.
Alright, cool. So we should be able to have a crap ton of styles, actually.
That would be cool.
But I don't know what it really adds to the game, though.
It adds decoration to the game, which is a real thing. Especially when people use shields as decoration in their bases and, you know, for other functions like platters and table covers and, you know, repurposing them. You know, builders are always going to want different colors and different styles and different ways to be creative, and people like to have things to make their bases look more unique and different, you know? Like, what about decoration? I know you said Richard wants purpose for things, but what about decoration? Like being able to maybe color some things ourselves with dye, or create some kind of art, or be able to plant bushes that are not edible, but just for decoration. Is there any, I don't know, is there any real interest in doing that kind of stuff?
I think there is, to a certain amount. But I think purpose is always going to take the lead.
The higher priority.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to be more higher prio, because it also, like, doing decoration also needs a modeler and a concept artist and the time to make it, and implementation of it, and it actually... But I don't know. I mean, anything is possible, like I said before. I just think that what needs to happen first is probably, like, get a decent amount of... With Hearth and Home, you did get some decorative things, but that's build pieces.
Right.
They're just popping down from... That's hilarious.
I know these will work without the spike of ground underneath it, but it seems to me like they work better, like more often when there is a bit of ground left under them. I haven't actually tested that, but it just feels like it. So I listen to it all the time.
No, I'm not going to say we're not going to make more decorations, but I think it will probably most of the time take a back seat due to other things having higher priority.
Yeah.
For now, that is.
Right.
But with that being said, we still want to do more small patches, just like we did now with the Abomination. And we do try to listen a lot to the community, and if decorations is such a big thing that we really want and really need, obviously we're going to take the time to make more decorations, but probably not in the way that you are expecting.
Because they would have a purpose.
No, probably not. Like, when it comes to decorations, I think they just have to fit the style.
Oh, okay.
So let's say if it's going to be shields, styles have to fit the overall style of Valheim. When it comes to flowers and bushes, I mean, that would be a thing to like consider, like, can we do something else with it as well? That's always something actually nice to do if there's something else you can do with it. So if you have, just like the onions, they're pretty, and you can use them for food. We were talking about putting in apple trees, I remember, back in Hearth and Home. That's still not off the board yet, so who knows? Apple trees, pear trees, I don't know.
That'd be cool. I remember someone, I think it was in the thing on Reddit, the AMA, where somebody asked about when are we going to get butter, and you said the easy answer is once we have milk. So was that just a funny?
Why do you know so much?
Sorry, I'll stop following the game now.
I was trying to get us to get Lox. I wanted to milk Loxes. I wanted to get that into the game so we could have Lox milk. But I wasn't able to convince certain people yet.
I was gonna say, have you given up the fight? We can all make banners and cheer. Lox milk, Lox milk.
I think that would be the perfect thing to have Lox, because at one time Loxes didn't really have a purpose. You couldn't do anything with them,
right?
Except for like kill them for the meat and the hide. But we knew that the writing system was on its way eventually. But I mean, yeah, Lox milk would be great, I think.
I mean, and that would add so much more stuff to the food system, potentially. I mean, obviously you'd want to use it. So, I mean, that could even be like one of the things that leads to like more advanced foods for stronger bosses, right? That are coming down the line in the new biomes. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to Deep North. We're going to need some kind of something to oof. Maybe I'm getting too much ahead of myself, but it would be cool to have like Deep North Loxes that are totally different, and I don't know, that would be so cool to have some kind of tundra creature.
It would be. It would be. I mean, and that's kind of like, you know, like in the forest there are brown bears, and in, you know, Antarctica there are polar bears. So that would like totally go with that.
But I mean, there's so many things. We discussed having chickens for Hearth and Home as well, because Eric has made these small places in the meadows where it actually looks like small chicken coops, and
yeah, it totally is chicken coops.
So, and he's confirmed it as well that it is.
It is. So, it doesn't look like chicken coops. That's a chicken coop.
There are so many things that we still can put into the game and push out in smaller patches as well.
Yeah.
Or bundle up for bigger patches. I know that we're still deciding how we want to do it, but it seems to me that people kind of like what we did with this patch. It's a small surprise patch.
It is.
The question is, how often can we push out these smaller surprise patches? And is it enough? Does it feel okay to do that or not? Or is it better to wait for a bigger patch where we have more content bundled up together?
I mean, I guess
No, but yeah.
I guess we'll find out the community feedback over time as we do it, but I mean, I heard positive things about the small one, and I think especially for the players that don't just come in when there's a big patch, you know, for the players that are like here every week playing, you know, then that's like a really cool positive reinforcement of like, yay, a surprise, and what is this, and what happened, and you know, it like reinvigorates everything again just to have like these little surprises dropped in here and there. That's how I feel about it anyway.
No, yeah, I think I like the way this was, but it was very small, and it was unsuspected, and I liked it because there was no expectation. We just dropped something, and people seemed to be more. It was obviously we had a lot of comments being like, "What? Just an armor? Just an enemy? Where's the real content?" And then and to me that it's I feel a little bit sad because me, Lisa, Christopher worked really hard on the style, the animation, and so Lisa did the armor. I did the model for the abomination.
That's
Christopher
awesome.
animated it. Yeah, it's nice to hear when it's like obviously a lot of people like it, and it's so weird that one person can go in and like ruin my day by saying,
I know. I know exactly what you mean. And it's that thing, you know, like we talked about before, that like some people when they're online become very not kind, you know, and it's like you gotta try and get a thick skin, but sometimes those things just get to you, or to me, you know, like why does the negative thing stick in your head, you know, when you put all this effort and work into everything? But
yeah.
But you guys got way, way, way more people that are positive about it than, you know, the people that are going to nitpick every little thing like that. So focus on the good
Which is
stuff.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we focus on grows. Focus on the good stuff. Hey, it's...
I know I was...
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was on Thursday. There was some internal stuff going on in Iron Gate, and also when we released everything, the first comments came out and they were really, really negative. But then
Really?
the YouTube videos, yeah, the first comments that came out of the whole update that we did was pretty negative.
Oh.
And
I was not aware.
so I was like, oh, damn it. And I was really bummed out. But then I saw Jade come out with a video, then I saw G-Rock come out with a video, and then Kaizen and you came out with a video, which felt so much better because it felt very, very appreciated, and that makes it worthwhile for us doing it, because there's a lot of energy, time spent trying to make it fit in the world as well. It's not just throwing in something to throw in something. We actually want to give something for the players who are progressing through swamps, something to choose from, to make it more interesting, to make it more scary, to make it a better experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a good goal in and of itself. And, what was I gonna say? My thought just went right out of my head. Oh, well, two things really. I think the, like doing the little patches, you said, you know, like we could add more stuff together and do bigger things. But like, to me, like even if it's a little patch update like that, then those problems are fixed in the game, you know, and the people that those are affecting don't have to wait until there's like a whole big bunch of things that are all put out there at once. So I think it's helpful to the community in that way. And I think too that like if this becomes a habit of y'all's, that you're you kind of set a precedent that there's going to be these little things coming out along the way, then maybe people will more start to expect it and be like, oh, this is just how these guys do it. We're going to get these
Yeah.
little things and these little surprises along the way. Because is this the first time y'all really done one like that?
No, this is like how we used to do things in beta. We used to, when something was done, we'd send it out on a Friday for people to test during the weekend, so we'd come back and have some feedback.
Right, but since you've been in early access, is this the first
Yeah,
time?
that's basically the first time
Yeah.
since early access.
Yeah, so I'm
And-
thinking maybe part of that is just people learning your guys' style and getting used to it and realizing, if this becomes a pattern, then this is the way it's going to be. And so, update, they'll check, oh, is this one of the little ones or is this a big one? Kind of an expectation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
No,
when it's the
we'll
first
just have
time,
to wait and see.
yeah, you just gotta kind of start getting the input. But
And like I said before, I wanted it to be more like say nothing. Say nothing, just release
Yeah.
it and see what happens. Because I mean, in my opinion, this armor and this enemy is not going to get anyone outside of Valheim to buy Valheim. No one's going to look at this and like, oh my god, I need to play this game because of that creature or that armor. No one's going to do that. So I was like, maybe it's better to just say nothing and let people discover it for themselves. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
know.
can see the benefit of both. I mean, and this, if people find out about all at once, then it does the buzz for that day, really goes up as people are discovering it and learning about it and everything. But then I also see the fun in not knowing that it's there. And I mean, I think mixing up and doing some of both would be a good idea for that too, because, some of the comments that you guys have gotten has been around, are there going to be more random events? Are there going to be more unexpected things that pop up, just as a surprise in the middle of nowhere that maybe is there and it's not somewhere else, or it's, very rare to find. And so it gives more of that sense of shock and awe in the exploration of the game.
I would like it to be more like that way, because in pure sales, I don't think a small patch like this would ever get us more sales. I think for me, as it hasn't really been about the first couple of weeks. It was really like, oh, we're getting these amount of sales. That was really nice to see, and we're like, okay, that's great, but we don't really need more sales. Like we have the money we need to make Valheim and the next game. So for me personally, and I'm just talking for me, not for
Right.
Iron Gate at all at this time.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
it's more about giving players something they don't expect, because that heightens the experience of exploring. So I'm always going to stand on that side where we shouldn't promote stuff like a new creature and armor. That's something you should find yourself. And if someone finds it and wants to make a video about this, that person's probably going to blow up. So I that's a win for the community. However, where we're standing right now, if we were to release stuff without ever saying anything, people would think we're stupid. Because why aren't we saying stuff about things that we are releasing?
Yeah. I mean, I think it comes back to balance,
Yeah.
like in everything. Like, how much are you going to do this way? How much are you going to do that way? And depending on what it is each time, of what that experience is going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions.
Yeah. I know Lisa and Josephine, they're doing such an amazing job with the community and doing so much as they possibly can to moderate and try to promote and take care of the community and answer and make stuff, videos and everything. They're doing it, and I'm so thankful that we have specifically Lisa and Josephine for everything they do, because they're our big I don't know, it's like our binoculars to look outside of the world and see what's going on actually.
Kind of keep in touch with it. And I mean,
Yeah.
I think that y'all do a good job with that. The feedback that I see usually says that y'all do a good job about that, about listening to the community. Not that you're gonna just automatically give people everything that they want, but you know, I mean, I think people get the impression that y'all are open to having a conversation about things and considering it, you know, and being mindful of, you know, the people that are in your community.
I'm just glad. Oh, I pressed a button. When I started Iron Gate, I know that I was partly the community manager as well as a generalist, and I'm just thankful that we had Lisa come in, and it's so fun because Josephine, I've maybe said this before, but Josephine was for me, it was between Josephine and Lisa who was going to get the job. And it was kind of fun that, oh, we have an event going on.
Oh my goodness. So we do.
We're just going to sit here then, maybe?
We can.
Or...
But
Alright,
it's the
sit here
smell
and...
of sulfur. I mean, I could go get some Surtling cores.
Alright, let's go get him.
This is the best raid to have. Although I do like the blobs coming now. I didn't used to like them, but now I like using those bombs.
They're actually pretty good.
You know, I had never really used them, and then Zane was telling me about them, and I didn't realize at the time, but where are they at? I don't see any. Oh, there they are. That you can use those to break through the shield of the mage in the plains. I was like, that's very useful. That's why we went and did that village the other day. I was like, oh, I don't have any bombs with me.
Oh yeah, so me and Andreas did a lot of testing with the bombs, and we upped the damage on them for Hearth and Home as well.
Oh yeah?
I think we did.
I don't know. I don't think I used the...
Surtlings.
I don't see any Surtlings. I don't think I used the bombs really until after Hearth and Home came out.
What's that standing over there? Is that a Surtling or is that glowing? No, that's just a lantern.
I don't know.
How many cores did you get? 1 or 2?
2. No. Oh, I haven't picked any up. Why didn't I pick any up? I must have V turned off. The smell is fading. When? Well, that is a crummy raid right there. 1 core. I think they were scared of us and hiding.
Probably.
They wouldn't come out. Okay.
What were we saying before? I'm thankful for Lisa. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And Josephine.
Yeah. You want to pop up to the mountain real quick?
Sure.
Maybe have some food. You have food?
Oh, I just ate.
Okay. Pop this out for now. Because we mentioned before about going to ride a drake.
All right.
And people have been on me nonstop. When are y'all riding drakes? When are y'all riding drakes? Oh, it's coming up next. Until then,
Happy gaming.
happy gaming.